Hey guys, it's Book of Catherine. So I am going to do a walk where I'm going to tell you some things that we've learned about my health. Um, Now that we've defined some things, and I have a feeling I'm going to forget things, so I'm taping this to make sure that I don't forget. Because I know I forget things now, and it's going to be important that I don't. So I have props to help me remember. So here are some things that I've defined out. So, motor skills, my brain went through some bad concussions, right? So, we know that I had probably a concussion when I rolled 11 times. That's probably definitely a concussion. But the last accident, my head went through a window, the side airbag didn't go, and so my head went through a window. That was a really severe concussion. And by the time they did the MRI, I think it was a year and a half to January of 2013, it was still severe. I think the swelling didn't go down until just a couple years ago. It was still really tender to touch the head. Anyway, so here are some things that I can and cannot do as a result of that. So, for example, I can kind of hold a big pen, and I will attempt to write my name, and you'll notice that I start to stutter because this is using more motor skill. My brain is like a battery, so if it can only do one thing at a time, see how I've stopped using my hand, so now I'm talking to you, and I'm able to focus on that, so the brain has used its battery power and it's able to talk to you faster and faster. But once it has to switch to something like writing, which is difficult, it's very difficult to do. Think of it as learning, someone explained it really well. They said, like, learning a second language, they have to do a whole, when they have to switch to a language that is their second language, it's all the energy that has to go into it, into pouring into saying that second language. Their brain has to do all this extra work into saying that second language. That's now what it's like for me to have to do something like writing or functioning with the pen. So these are things I've gained back with dancing, motor control like this. I've gained back the ability to do things like that. But to do something like writing requires a lot more control. And you see my speech slowed down because I did this. See, my speech slows down because it's now moved energy over to the hand. You can see how that would be really difficult to figure out if someone doesn't actually assign someone to you to like monitor that or check that out, which will probably happen at the Mind Body Institute. But when you're in the middle of it, it's very hard to actually catch something that detailed. So you'll notice that when I would work with you on the board, I would stop talking when I would write. I wouldn't write and talk at the same time. So, oh, okay, I'll just let it, so I have a phone call coming in, but I'm not going to talk to it. So here we go. So I'm going to try and write for you. So hold on, I'll just see if I can reject it. There we go. So that's the other thing, is if something comes in, like a phone call comes in, I have a very hard time keeping that train of thought. If I'm talking to my husband about something, like right now I'm really struggling. If I didn't have the pen in my hand, I'm struggling to remember what I was talking to you about. I have a hard time concentrating, so you've seen that in my videos. If a call comes in, you see me struggling to get back to where I was. If I'm talking to my husband or to a friend and they get a call or an alert comes in, I lose what I was talking about. And so they say that that's trouble concentrating. So, okay, so I'm going to try and write, but I have the big pen. So I'll try and sign my name, which I'm going to have to do nice and big. Okay, let's turn that back. Scared the cats. All right, So let's see here. I did it. Okay. All right. So that's with the big pen. And then this is with the small. If you see it, you can't see it, but it's all jagged. It's not smooth. I don't know if you can zoom in, but it's very, very it's very, very jagged all through. But see how I want to grab it like this? So, but it's smaller, and if I try to oh, crap. Yeah, I can't. Crap. Well, I guess you get to see a bit more of like what. God damn, I'm having a good day. Oh God, please don't unsubscribe. This is why I asked for donations. I'm not so great. Look at, can you see how crappy this is? You guys want to see it? Ugh, gosh darn it all. Look at how sad this is, you guys. Can you see how bad that is? Oh, let me take this out. Oh, do you see how bad? Like, I don't even know if you can see this. Like, can you see how bad these are? Like, that's my reality. If I try to do it small, like, I don't, and this is when my husband gets nervous because I've worn myself out. Like, if I try to write small, like, then I can really hurt myself. Like, I can't, like, sign for myself at hospitals. Yeah, screw it. I can't do it. All right, so I can't actually sign small. Anyway, so that's signatures. I cannot open bottles like this. Like, sorry, it's not on the side. I can't open something like this. Like, I can't open things like this. That's not going to happen with my motor control. But so I've learned hacks. So like if I have to open something like this, like for my diet or whatever, and I have to do a lid like this, if I'm actually healthy enough to get up and everything like that, I have these little guys, which I'm now going to have to find something made in America when these die. I'm looking forward to it. It's always fun finding the things that are made in America. I go and I slide this through the top. I've gotten really great at finding knives and stuff, so like I just slide that through the top and then I'm able to pull it off. If that makes sense. So I have all these neat hacks and everything, like to try and peel it off. Anyway, so this is like my reality. I don't know. To me, this is really great. This means I'm having a really good day. If I get healthy enough to be upright and out of bed And then the big thing is like trying to, okay, so I'm going to try and open this thing. Okay, so then I have to take it in and use my center. Why isn't this on tight? This was like off. That's disconcerting. It's like already, it wasn't even tight. All right, so then, and then I have a really hard time getting stuff back on. I have to really pay attention. And it hurts like mad. Like this hurts all the way through my lower spine doing this, like this motion. It hurts like, it's like doing razors in my back. So I really hate it. I really, really hate doing it. Like it's making me want to cry, like the pain of screwing this back on. It hurts so bad to do this motion. Anyway, so everything hurts to do. Anyway, so that's a little bit more defining out reality. I don't really know what else to say, except that I think it's a miracle that this channel exists at all, and that I've done as much as I've done with you guys, and that I research with you as much as I have, and I talk, because I can stay right here and right now. I can stay present, and I can talk to you right here. And maybe that's why I can ignore the haters so much, because I just forget it. You know, I can stay so single-minded and so minded in one-track mind. It's so hard for me to get distracted. Like, does that make sense? Like, maybe that's why, because I'm just like, I have to stay right here and right now. I can't think about the future, and I can't think about the past. I think about right now. And I don't know, I have a different perspective on things. Maybe that's why it's a little easier to kind of stay focused on my feed. No, but I can pet my cats, and they're nice and soft, and it's great. Taz is eating right below me. Right, baby boy? Right, baby boy, you like your food? Oh, he's saying thank you for the yummy food. Yeah, you guys, your gifts have allowed them to have like way better food. I want to thank you for that. Thank you so much. They get that high protein. Thank you so much. It's just, they're beautiful, healthy cats because of you guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. We could never do that. Anyway. All right, I better go try and do that walk. And that's the thing, is that I can walk, but can't sign the name. That's just reality. Anyway, love you. Bye. Donate down below if you'd like. It's going to take a bit, but we know it's possible. If I can learn to do this, if I can reattach the neural pathways to do this, we can attach the neural pathways to improve that signature. How about that? We make that the goal, right? Like, we just keep working on that together, yeah? All right. See how I am in a year, how far we get on that. I asked for that. I asked for like a speech therapist and an occupational therapist, and just to not just grow the motor control, but to grow the other areas of my brain. Like, there's a lot of other areas of control. And if I can grow in the area of motor control, in the area of physical dance and movement, then I can grow in the other areas, right? Reattach everything. Love you. Bye.